welcome, and can you tell me more about Corporation Service Company and what you do at CSC?
Okay. My name is Chris Taylor. I'm Technical Director at Corporation Service Company. We offer corporate litigation and compliance solutions, as well as corporate domain hosting and portfolios. As a technical director, we oversee many applications and many tools. One of the tools of what we chose, of course, was our BPM solution for Bonita Soft. Yeah, overall, that's really what I do. I'll move on to John.
So John McKinney, Chief Architect of Solution Design and Innovation. My role really with Bonita and all the technology is to look at the future vision of where our company needs to be, where the market is going, have that vision and help the gentleman to my right and left execute on that.
I'm Stephen Mangat. I'm a product owner. I work with Chris and John to set the strategy for the different applications that we manage on both the kind of service side and also on the customer-facing side. So there's a lot of processes in there that need to be managed to deliver the service to our customers that they need, and that's why we work with Bonita.
Okay, thank you. And what was the situation that led to the selection of a business process solution?
So we're a very process-based company. Like I said, in order to deliver to the service to our customers, we follow lots of different processes. Prior to bringing Bonita on, we had how we could say, it was slightly like the Wild West, I guess would be the best way to put it. We had lots of different processes without documentation, without rules. Business objectives were being met, but there wasn't necessarily a process to follow. So that's why we started looking into different solutions so that we could start to wrangle all these rogue processes and streamline our business.
What was the first process you went through using the application?
Sure, that was our records and our entity updates. So we receive a lot of updates from our customers, information that we need to keep in order to do whatever it is that we need to do for our customers. The process that we had was just previously send an email to an inbox, and we would have team members look at a shared inbox and Outlook, work through them. So by bringing Bonita to that process, we help streamline it, help provide visibility and efficiencies as well.
So during the evaluation process, what were the features or functions that were really important to you and you wanted into the solution?
So I think the main ones were we wanted to have something that could provide visibility into our processes. Also, we wanted to have something that did not require us to have a full team of developers in order to provide solutions. That's really been one of our favorite parts of Bonita, is that the majority of the members on the BPM team aren't developers. And that's allowed us to kind of bring in people with different skill sets and allowed us to scale up a little faster, I think.
Yeah, and from a technology perspective, we wanted something that was highly scalable. We needed something that not only would provide a solution for end users to do work, but also we needed a coordination engine, something that was strong enough to build connectors to our legacy-based applications and to our partners and our customers as well, so that we could, take the process of work from the very beginning all the way through to the very end. And that means working with other systems that we have. So there's the one aspect of Bonita which is very nice, that you can customize a task form and make it friendly for a user and gather some information. But the ability to capture transient data and variables and pass them around and provide true end-to-end integration is another big play for Bonita. So it's business process management for people, but also we're using it for integration. We integrate with our Salesforce.com system using Bonita as well. It's a very strong tool for that. It allows us to modify information in one place and have it actually update multiple systems of record at the same time and actually keep them in sync. So it's really strong at that as well.
Okay, so you went through a whole project. If you have to give one advice to a company starting, what would it be?
For BPM as a whole?
Yeah.
I think, from a technical perspective, I'll let business side speak as well, but, Stephen started with the fact that a BPM tool should really be most effective with business analysts and product owners. You should have the ability to model a process and understand how to model a process without the technology. So take something you would put in Visio, take a human process, follow people around in person, sit at their desk, watch the way they work, see if you can get that out on paper, and see if you can define a framework around it.
So you really have a user-centric approach.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you want to deal with work in the most natural way. If you put somebody in a tool with too much automation or too many rules, then they're just going to bypass the process. That's really important. And the other aspect of BPM is that you want something. You almost always pick a technology that will immediately adapt to your current needs. But what you're really targeting is, can I improve my process? And you need to pick a tool that's not going to work just for now, but in the future, and be flexible.
So what challenges did you face using Bonita and implementing it and using it? And how did you overcome these challenges, if any?
I'd say from a business perspective, there was a lot of enthusiasm when we started talking about BPM. Even though there might not have been a strong understanding of exactly what BPM meant, I think people were very excited to take on the task of really providing more structure to our processes and some automation and things like that. The challenge on the business side was taking that enthusiasm and translating it into action. So when we look at our processes, we're looking at end-to-end, which is going across different business units, different teams. But yet at the same time, as I'm sure is familiar with many folks, is you have very siloed teams and siloed applications. So translating the enthusiasm for BPM into real action and change was probably the biggest struggle from the business side.
Yeah, from a technology standpoint, I mean, I think we came to the table with Bonita very young, and the versions that they had in the beginning, throughout the integration process, we had a lot of professional services, a lot of help that actually got us through our infrastructure implementation. I think what we found were the intricacies and some problematic migration aspects of the tool that we moved forward with, but partnering with Bonita and having the staff on site and throughout the support centers of what you have, it was very valuable to have that partnership with Bonita throughout those processes. And we've really grown with Bonita over the last 3-4 years.
So do you already measure benefits that you expected or unexpected benefits from the whole approach?
So without a doubt, we're looking at the visibility into our processes that we have now has actually allowed us to provide a measurement. In our pre-BPM world, we did not have a accurate and easy way to look into the provide measurements on our processes and what the different teams were doing. So just the simple fact that we can do that now and do it effectively and do it quickly has been a massive benefit for us.
Yeah, I think that's one, and the other true aspect of BPM is to expose the flaws in your process by having something that you can quickly adapt and say, I know that users send in emails, but that's a poor practice. What if we mask that ability? What if we do something differently? You can expose a weakness in a matter of hours and sit with the business. It's like a continuous type of development and customer relationship. There aren't many tools that you can sit in a conference room with business and technologists, click a couple buttons as you're in there, hit run basically, and show them what the impact of that decision could be. Yeah. I mean, otherwise you could go off for months and months and be wrong. So.
Yeah, it brings the solutions to a real-time measurement, and the collaboration and communication that was built during the implementation of Bonita throughout was very vast throughout our business and our technology teams. The fact that you can see real-time point and click, and you can have a process engineer in there actually state what the business workflow will be moving forward on the screen is very valuable to the group as we're going through the planning sessions.
Well, thank you. And the last question will be, are you considering extending the usage to other processes or use cases?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll let John actually speak to this.
So from a technology side, we want to do a lot more with it. Yep. So we spend a lot of time focusing on efficiencies and business process for users. But As I said, we can really leverage this tool for integration. We have a lot of legacy systems. We grow a lot by acquisition, and it's really hard to integrate technology. So, and at the pace that we move, we can't do a rewrite of acquisitions. So, Bonita will allow us to real time basically integrate systems, keep them as is, but share the data, and eventually replace the legacy system, because now what your users are working with and the data that they're using is actually in Bonita. It's extracted from the core system, and that can almost become your hub. So we really want to leverage Bonita specifically for more integration to finally get off some of our legacy applications. And also, we're actually using it for data cleanliness as well. So when the old way of helping your users clean your data is give them a spreadsheet and hope that after the fifth row they're actually paying attention. So with a BPM engine, we can actually give them work and have them fix it as they're doing something else. So, oh, you're adding a phone number to a customer record. By the way, there's a task to update their preferences as well. Why don't you do that before you save the record? So we can, that from a technology standpoint, it's going to be a big part of our stack.
Yes.
Very much so.
Well, thank you very much for your time today.
Sure. Thank
Our
you.
pleasure. Thanks.